Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. Good morning. It's just getting things moving. I have still not switched over to my tea like I said I was going to. I was supposed to start doing that. The coffee is just calling my name. So here we go. All right, so we've been dealing with Mars and Mercury retrograde. So a lot of hostility, a lot of miscommunication. A lot of miscommunication in how we're expressing ourselves and how we're reading the message coming in from other people. News, there's a lot of disassociativeness going on with both of these being retrograde. And to top it off, today we're actually going to be, we had a little bit of shadow yesterday, we're going to have a little bit of shadow tomorrow, but today the sun squares to Pluto. And so the sun being ego and Pluto being release as far as those guiding energies go. There could be a bit of resentment going on with this, some trauma in our past history, and we've kind of talked about the last couple of days, our past, maybe a lover or a friend, family member, something about our past has been coming forward. So maybe there's some history in there, maybe some trauma or something that's coming through. There's an element with this where there's an opportunity for healing and transformation. There can be some control issues with this. But there's really an idea that there might be a breakthrough with this. It might not be today, though. So give it, whatever's been coming up, give it a chance. Go out when we talk about working with our vision quest and solitude, these two cards working together, one being the theme for the week, the other being the challenge for the week, and then the new beginnings being the learning of this week. So as we go through and we do our meditations and we do our prayer and we're grounding out to nature and just kind of letting any thoughts or challenges or things that we're kind of stuck on, not necessarily focusing like hardcore on them during that practice, but just letting it be in the back of our minds, but enjoying that grounding with nature, and then just seeing if something just comes up that just kind of helps us process it, so that we're turning it into a positive experience, a transformational experience. So just kind of keeping that in mind. We're going to go ahead and pull a care card, because with all of this miscommunication going on, especially through November 3rd, we want to be taking care of ourselves. When we have healthy minds and bodies, we have a tendency to not be as snappy as maybe we are otherwise. Make a vision board. So if you haven't, I know a lot of people do vision boards at the beginning of the year or towards the end. Go out and get that inspiration going early. So I think I'm going to go through and start doing that. That's a good one. I hadn't even started thinking of that, and I usually take part of November, which is coming right up, it's 3 weeks away. I usually take about the middle of November, just before Thanksgiving, and I work on my vision boards. We do work with, and we pulled from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. I love that, how that works and sets the tone. And then we are working with A Nightmare Before Christmas. It just kind of goes along with the theme, and I liked this deck, so I was one of those that didn't get into that. when they first came out, and just recently picked this deck up, and it's fun. I like it. Kind of change the energy around a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this started. So hello, Spirit Energy. Thank you for letting me be an instrument of your insight, support, and guidance as we open the message you share with us today. Spirit guides, show me clearly. This is for Thursday. And what was our card for Thursday? Our theme card pulled at the beginning of the week was the Eight of Candles. Eight of Candles, there's some fast change associated with that. It can be industrious and inventive, and it's just, it could be the signal that we're entering kind of a fast-paced time in our lives. It would completely make sense. We do have a lot of movement going on right now, and we're very unsettled with, what's going on with the election and everything. It's just so strongly externally, energy is very externally focused, which is why there's so much introspection. So in our challenge position, we have the Page of Presents, which is basically the Page of Pentacles. And so we have the King of Pentacles as well. So that's a lot of manifestation and a lot of abundance in the physical world. So that's a pretty strong message. So new ideas, new seeds. There's a lot of inspiration that goes with this. And these are the seeds for future success. Now, this isn't a challenge position. So we want to be really mindful, because remember, with all of this miscommunication going on and all of that, we want to be careful unless it's flowing just so easily, so naturally, so it's just like is just smooth flowing. We don't really want to start anything new. Do some research, plant some seeds, kind of let it marinate a little bit, but we really want to be careful. We really want to be careful with, sorry, puppy dogs. I'm watching puppy dogs. We want to be really careful with using this type of energy right now, because it can be a challenge, and it can actually create more challenges than helping if we're not careful with that. Now, the energy to use today is the King of Presents, or the King of Pentacles. And that's, he's an ultimate provider. He likes to share his, in what he's been prosperous with. And there's an element of generosity there. And remember, if we want to keep that flow going, it's important to give when we receive. So, and if we want to receive, we need to give. So there's an energy flow with that whole thing. This is also about making smart moves, and a lot of appreciation there. So that's definitely what we want to focus on. Now, the energy to avoid today is the Nine of Potions. But in this respect, things are moving pretty good. Things are falling into place. Maybe there is something here where something's flowing nicely that you're able to move forward with. So it's, and if that's the case, enjoy and appreciate that bit of magic, especially during this time where there's a lot of miscommunication and a bit of chaos. We actually did have the towers show up. I believe that was on Monday. Was that Monday or Tuesday? And then we have the King of Candles, and this is in shadow. So we need to be tuning out the opinions of others. And this is in a good way. So this is a positive energy. If we think of all of the negative stuff that's going on out there, this is working in a way where we're kind of protecting ourselves and we're saying, hey, you know, I don't need that type of noise or interference or negativity. So we're just gonna, you're welcome to your opinion, but I need a pause right now and just take a step back. And then just focusing more like on what you're wanting and focusing on the positive aspects of what you're wanting. You know, I'm just being very careful with making sure that we're using and listening to common sense. So that element being in there. So that one's pretty straightforward, very straightforward. Work on your vision board, at least start that process. This is part of that planting the seeds, so that works in there pretty good. If there's something that's not just flowing, like falling into your lap, this is the process of planting those seeds for the future and just having some fun with that. Don't forget to get out into nature and ground yourself. Do some meditation out there, taking some time. Remember, there's that it can be a challenge when you're in the middle of a transformation, seeing where one thing is ending and one is beginning. In hindsight, we can see that a lot clearer. So just kind of taking your time with that. Please do click subscribe below. This is a very new page. There is links below. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those over on the Etsy page if you would like. If you would like, and on the Etsy page, there's other tarot pulls that I do as well, relationships and challenges, choices, that kind of stuff. And then I also go ahead and go back to the beginning of the week. I post the links out in that weekly one, so as we kind of run through the week, I'll add the links to that. So check that out as well. And below, I've been trying to keep up with those down there as well. If you have anything specific, just ask me and we can go through and take care of that as well. I thank you so much, Spirit Guides. Thank you so much for your message that you've shared with us today.